Hi everybody, it's Amy from Amy J's Creations, and today I've made a little video. It's going to be a special video because, excuse me, I'm not going to show any stitching really. I'm just going to talk about the most fantabulous, absolutely amazing, wonderful weekend that I had back at the end of October with some stitching friends, and encourage you that if you get the chance next year to go to this event, you absolutely, positively must go. It was so great. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this. Now it's in French, so I'm just going to hold it up here. This thing. The Festival of Cross Stitch and Embroidery basically is what it translates to. It's in a town called Kutzenhausen, which is technically in, I think it's technically in France, even though the name is German because it's in the Alsace region of France and Germany, where, you know, they kind of flip-flop back and forth what country they belong to. Anyway, it's a 4-day event at the end of October. We traveled there the first day, okay, on Thursday. I was coming from south of Zurich. Ian is coming from Lake Constance area. And so we both took the train, different trains, to Karlsruhe in Germany, where Evie picked us up, and then we drove in her car, and then we drove the rest of the way to Kutzenhausen. And then Claire and Shauna drove there from Stuttgart together. They drove to us that evening because they had to work that day. We got a little Airbnb in a town about 20 minutes away, but it was perfect. It was right on the pedestrian Fußgängerzone, the old downtown where it's only pedestrian. It's a shopping area, but no cars allowed. There was Starbucks, literally, you could see it from our window. So they went there for coffee a couple of mornings. Great location, great location. We were sad because we discovered there was a couple other fellow stitchers who came, but they only for one day, and they went on Thursday. And because we were technically there, but like we were traveling, so we didn't get to meet up with them. So that was a bummer. We hope that next year maybe we can coordinate a little bit better and actually meet up with, not next year. We want to go again in 2 years. But we hope that we'll be able to meet up when we do go with other people, because that would have been fun. If you are going to go, it happens every year, okay? So if you are planning to go, or if you're thinking about it, I highly, highly, highly recommend going for more than one day. We ended up going almost all 3 days that we were there. You buy a ticket, it was like €6 for one day or €10 for the whole weekend. Buy the whole weekend ticket, and I'll tell you why. There are so many different things to look at that it gets overwhelming, and you have to give yourself time to go home and kind of think about it and like, gee, did I want that thing? Did I not want that thing? Maybe I really do want that thing. Okay, go back the next day and get it. And so if you just go ahead and automatically buy the second day, even if you end up, no, I've spent all my money, I don't want to purchase anything, excuse me, it's okay. I think it's better to then go another time and just look at everything, because you will see stuff that you missed the first time. There is so much packed into it. I'm going to post some photos at the end. And I just took a few photos, okay? For those of us who live in Europe, who have not access to needlework shops where they have lots and lots and lots of finished objects on display, right? This festival was just a feast for your eyes. So many beautiful, completely stitched up, fully finished designs. There were several that all of us in the group we made the comment about different projects. Like, I never would have, when we pulled out the pattern, from their stacks of patterns, pulled it out and was like, I would never have bought this pattern, but I see it finished on the wall and I must have it. So many things. It was so beautiful. And okay, so what is it? The main thing is an old farmhouse, French style farmhouse, that apparently is normally a museum, like a living museum where they have people doing, stuff like how they did it in the old fashioned days, right? Like a woodworking shop, and they show like in the attic where they would store things like their herbs and potatoes and onions for over the winter so that they would keep longer. All right. But for this weekend, they transform it into all these different rooms are cram packed full of different displays and stands and people selling fabric, lots and lots of patterns. It was not all cross stitch. There was a guy who was selling hand cut frames. There was ladies selling fabric. There was a lady, like, not just like cross stitching fabric. She had that too, but like sewing fabric. I'll show you some of that in a bit. Lots and lots of different handwork and beautiful card making, gorgeous. Then right next door, within walking distance, there is a church. And inside the church, they had more stuff, and it was like for charity, and it was a lot of people either like selling, like shops that were cleaning out their storage, or people were it was kind of like a flea market type thing. Some objects that were completely done that they were selling to try to raise money for charity. There is not a whole lot of parking in the town. There's one little area by the old museum, but pretty much what you have to do is park on the street. But there is a lot of street parking. We ended up parking like, I don't know, maybe a block away. It was not very far. We did not get a ticket. We were parked there for several hours. And we did not come like right at the beginning of the day. We got there at like, I don't know, 11, and it started at 10 or something. So it's fine with parking. You just have to know, don't expect like a giant parking lot. It's drive down all the little windy streets and pull over on the side and park kind of on the sidewalk, kind of on the street. But as long as you check for no parking signs, you'll be fine. And we didn't see any, and we got no tickets. Claire got no ticket. Claire did the driving. Claire is Floss Chronicles, by the way. Okay. That's 2 sections. Then you drive. Well, you can drive. We had such a good spot that we ended up walking a little ways away. It was probably half a kilometer. It wasn't really far, okay? And it's all flat. It wasn't like it was uphill or anything. And we were glad we opted to leave our car and walk to this third station because they did have a larger parking lot there. It's in like a community center, but it was packed. So we were happy that we walked over. So inside this, it's like a big community center. I want maybe they had kind of like a stage, so maybe they do plays there. There was a kitchen area, there was bathrooms. They were selling food at both different locations. None of it looked appetizing to us, but that could have been because we were being fed by Claire and we had had a great breakfast. Well, that first day we did not have a whole lot of breakfast. We kept thinking we'll eat when we get there, but then none of the food smelled that great or looked that great to us. So we ended up waiting a long time. But if you do get really hungry, you can eat things there. And they had like actual lunch things there. Okay. So in this big hall area, almost like a gym or like a stage, community theater. I don't know what it was. Rows and rows and rows of different stalls of people. There were French designers. There were some German designers. There were fabric dyers, there were floss dyers, there were people who specialized in like antique looking things, flea market type stuff. Beautiful. Excuse me. I cannot describe. I will again put some pictures at the end of this, of amazing, 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 amazing things. And then there is a fourth location that we did drive to that's a little further away, still kind of in the same town, but it's like in a different area, not quite as close as these other three buildings, where it was like a true flea market. It was like stores that used to, like, went out of business, used to have crimscroms. There was like old nightgowns. Then there was a bunch of people who were selling handcrafted items that were not necessarily cross-stitch specific, but really cool looking. And they could be used with cross-stitch, or they were like beautiful lamps lady made. All kinds of stuff. Like I said, we went one day and saw we saw the first three things, and the second day we went to the fourth location where the flea market stuff was, went back to the large community theater area, and looked around some more and bought more things. And then the very last day, on their way out, apparently Shauna and Claire stopped by again at the community theater area and picked up a couple more things that they were hemming and hawing about. Should we get them? Should we not? In our group, we were fine, although Ina did place an order for something. Hey, if you see this, unfortunately the guy didn't have it. So, like I said, plan to stay for at least 2 days. But if you can swing the whole weekend, stay the whole weekend. So many fun things. Okay. And in the evenings, we cross-stitched. Claire cooked for us. Amazing food. It was really it was like a little mini cross-stitch retreat. It was lovely. And of course, because these ladies are amazing, they brought gifts for us. I had envisioned crocheting cute little witches hats. We call it's a thing, our little witches group. And I tried 4 different patterns, and these hats were not looking like hats. So I ended up making them out of felt and made them 2 each. And they were like, you could put them on your scissors, you could put them on a zipper pull, whatever you want. Evie gave us all these t-shirts. And, of course, we all wore them on Friday when we were walking around. That was very fun. We were all going to order them and then pay her back. And she very kindly surprised us. Was like, nope, this is just my gift. I've bought them for all of you. Very, very kind. Shauna brought us all witches hats, which I would put on for you, but I've already packed it up in my Halloween decorations. It is the perfect black hat. And then, okay, she gifted us these little drawstring bags, okay? She stitched on them. Look at that. This bag, it's so tiny. That pumpkin is so adorable. And she stitched this for all of us. Oh, so cute. And inside, she gave us some John James needles. These adorable pumpkin floss drops, which now that I've shown them to you, I can start using them. And they just fell out. 2 of the little things so you can brush off the extra floss when you have to frog. Grr. But they come with a lid. And so they're perfect to put in your cross-stitch project. Really, very kind of her. But I mean, this bag is so cute. It is so beautiful. Look at that stitching. It's so intricate and tiny. Shauna got skills, man. She's talented. Ina sewed and made for us these little, you warm it up, so it's got like some kind of stone pit seeds. I can't remember. She told us. It's not rice because they're round. But you heat it up in the microwave and then you put it on your shoulder and your neck to relieve the stress from after you've been cross-stitching all day. So nice, so nice. Sorry, I forgot. Shauna also gave us I've already been using it. This floss bling with a little picture of a witch and a witch's hat. Can you see that? Oh my gosh, is that cute or what? And then these little witch floss drops. And so there is floss on here. I will show you what that project is for. And, oh, and then like I said, Claire bought the food and cooked for us all weekend. I tried to slip her a little, a tiny, just a couple bucks extra. We all offered to pay. She's like, no. So that was a huge gift. Thank you, Claire. It was just a lovely weekend. We were only sad that our friend Francisca couldn't make it. She needed to stay home and watch the kids. Her husband owns a restaurant, and weekends, of course, are like prime making money time. You can't just close down their livelihood so she can come on a cross-stitch weekend. Totally understand. But we kept in touch with her the whole time. Okay, so those were the gifts. So that's the first thing I came home with. And then the shopping. Oh, the shopping. What shall I show you first? Okay, I'll show you from one of the ladies who was selling like quilting fabric. I got this pattern and this pattern. They coordinate, but one is bigger and one, they're actually the same, but one is a large print and one is a small print. I will be making some project bags out of those. I got from this beautiful black heart frame from it. He had, this is really dark in here, and I've even got extra light on. But yeah, this is okay. There, yeah. Anyway, beautifully stained hand. I think it's, I mean, obviously he cut them with like a miter saw or something. But really cute frames. He had them in all different shapes and sizes. And they were not all hearts. Some were circles, some were squares. But I decided to get a black one for my black heart. There were several floss dyers. And I just kind of randomly picked floss that I liked. I'm trying to pick it all up off my, I've got it stashed over here on my bed. So let's see here. I bought several. Okay, so there was one lady. Her name is on here, but it is in French. And she does have an email that I will try to hold up. So if you want to contact her, you can. I think that's clear. Anyway, some beautiful, beautiful colors. And I decided to get a green, an orange, and a purple because purple is the greatest color ever. And I think it was probably because it was Halloween-y. I was in a Halloween mood. So I got those flosses. Let's see. You know what? I am going to, here, I'm going to use this to get them more, there we go. You can see them more, yeah, they're a little more, let me see if I can move it. True to color. Aren't they? Really nice variegation, subtle, but they're very, very nice. And then, I could have bought more, people. I could have bought more. I'm going to move you again. Hold on to your hats. Okay. But, yeah. You got to eventually say stop sometime, right? Okay. So, then we came upon this beautifully kind, wonderful woman who she used to have a cross-stitch shop. She went, she's retiring, and she could not find anybody else to take over her shop. So she came to this thing with a whole bunch of stock to try to get rid of it. And she had a giant bin full of Karen Water Lilies silks. Now, I know that people use them for chatelaines and things. I don't have a project. I'm never going to do chatelaine. But I picked out my two favorite colors, purple and teal, in a lighter and a darker, and I figure I will find an amazing project for these someday. But she sold them to us at cost, what she paid the manufacturer for. She just wanted to get rid of them. And then I have it here somewhere. Yes, here it is. She had this booklet of all these amazing different designs, okay? So there's all these like stars, and they're done. The book is done. It shows you all the different ways where you can do it dark, you can do it like light. Anyway, I'll just show a couple here. And she was selling this, and she saw all of us in our little witchy shirts, because some of us were together, but there's so much to look at, and there's so many people that you kind of end up getting separated, right? So everybody can just look at what you wanted. And we all bought a whole bunch of floss from her and really liked her shop, or her stand. And she's like, you know what? Just take this. She's like, I give you permission to photocopy this and make a copy for each one of you in your group so that you can all have this. So that's, she gave it to me, and this is my job now, to photocopy and make sure everybody else gets a copy. So kind. There was, let me grab here some of the other. There were so many designers that I had heard of, but never seen their stuff in real life. And then there were so many designers that I had no clue who they were. So it was really fun. It was really fun. And some of them wasn't even my style, but it was beautiful to look at. It was like being in a museum, right? But of course, I had to stick with the witchy theme. And so I picked this witches pattern from, Tralala, collection Tralala, and got started on it as soon as we got home. And especially since it was, you know, what do I want to say? October. Halloween! That's it. Hold on a second. I'm going to try to turn on this light here. Another light. Yet another light. To see if that helps at all. I don't know. Is it better with it? No, that's better. Okay. Well, anyway, here is my witch. I got a really good start on her. She's really cute. I think what I am going to do with her is only do part of the outside, not completely down here, and turn her into a stand-up. That's what I think I'm going to do. I did not start her until after we got home, and then I worked on her until Halloween, and I think the day after Halloween, and then I stopped. But yeah, so that was one of the patterns I got. Then again, in the Halloween mood, so I saw this one with the crazy shoe, and it's just so cute. And I love how they framed it with the prairie points around the sides, because I'm a quilter as well, so I really like that. And this was from, her name is just Sarah. She's down there. She's Italian. Okay? Really, really cute design. And then it was really hard. There were so many cute patterns from this one designer, but I went with this one. I'm going to take it out of the plastic here. I went with this one because there's so many different ways you can use this one design. Here it is. It's an ABC Christmas kind of alphabet. Okay, so one of them, it was here. They've spelled out all these different Christmas words. But then in here, you can see they've just done the alphabet, but in between each of the letters, they just did the the little motifs, but you could also do just the little motifs and make something really cute. And again, when you see them stitched up, you're like, what? I must have this. And they're pretty small, but they're a good size, right? Like they're not teeny tiny inconsequential. So I got that one because so pretty. Then this was one of the ones that I kind of hemmed and hawed on, and when we went back the second day, I went ahead and got it. Evie got a similar one, similar colors, but hers had specialty stitches, and I did not want to deal with specialty stitches. This is my version of a chatelaine. This is the only chatelaine I'm going to be doing. It came with a kit with all the beads. And I'll take it out of the plastic to show you this. And it's this really cool, it's like the inside of a chatelaine, right? Like the center piece. And again, it's in those colors, those turquoise colors that I absolutely love. I will most likely end up using my Karen water lilies to make this. And I think that will go very well with the beads. So happy. I've never done anything like this before, but the other nice thing is too, it's like I said, mine is just straight cross stitch and beading. It doesn't have a bunch of specialty stitches, and it's not that big. It ends up on like 32 count. I think it ends up being 21 centimeters by 21 centimeters square. So it's a nice sized piece, but it's not gargantuan like a chatelaine is. So I'm very, very happy with that. Okay, then at one of the at the last place that was kind of like a hodgepodge of flea market type things, I found it was a supply of, they had several bins of older patterns, and you just kind of had to slowly look through all of them and find something. And I found this Country Cottage Needleworks Winter. I really like that. And it was only €4, so I picked that up. And they're outside, there was this stand, and I bought this spool. Okay, and you go, oh, excuse me, and you think, okay, a spool, what's so big about that? What's the big deal about that? Well, let me show you. Yes, it's a super cute spool, but see, it has this like cool design on the top. That is a magnet. So I can stitch something super cute, put it around here, and it's also a functional spool because it is a needle minder. I have all my other needle minders here, but it was so cool looking, so I had to get that. I also picked up from one of the flea market-y places in the community hall some very, very old spools. Now, I don't do really samplers. I'm not really into prim, but I've seen so many people finish things on spools, and I just thought I could do something not so prim, but still finish it on this. And they were not very expensive at all, so I picked up a couple. And then there was a lady who she also had these little mini spools, so I picked up 2 of those. Really, really cute. Okay, like I said, it was amazing. I got so many charms from people. I can't even, yeah, those are all hearts. There was a lady selling cookie cutters, okay? And you go, what does cookie cutters have to do with cross stitch? I don't know, but she was selling finished cookies as well, because she's not dumb. But I bought this itty bitty teeny tiny gingerbread because I have so much Fimo and I want to make gingerbread needle binders to pass out to people the next time there is a larger gathering. Doesn't even have to be near Christmas. I saw that and I just had to have them. The other thing that I was really looking for and was super happy I found is I'm doing several of the Living on the Rainbow books, like her Book of Shadows, Book of Potions, her Mrs. Claus cookbook. And I wanted to find some, like, she shows it where you can buy kind of like metal corners, okay? Now, yes, I could have ordered some from Lady Ravanga, but I didn't. She was selling it as a whole, like a kit, and I didn't want the fabric. I already had that. I just wanted the bookends. But I found a place that was selling them, so I got several different kinds, slightly different colors, different styles. Very, very inexpensive. And so many charms. Lots and lots of charms. I'm not going to pull them all out to show you. Some are winter themed. Some are sewing crafty themed. Bunch of scissors I got. Just lots of amazing stuff. And I actually was really proud of myself that I kept it. I could have bought so much more, people. So much more. Oh, one of the other things we found the second time we went there. Where is the other piece? There is a second part to this. Okay, so it's this little stand, and it's got a stick that I have. Oh, here it is. You guys, if you could see the chaos in my room. And I've been trying to hold on to this stuff for a month now, okay, to film this thing. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so you put the little stick inside the little stand, and then the idea is you finish a tree, a cross-stitched tree on here, and then the stick goes up inside, and that's how you display it. I mean, so simple, and yet effective, right? And the stand is really nice. It's not just a flat circle. It's got this beveled edge. Really, really cute. You can paint it. You can stain it. You can leave it how it is. So, picked up that as well. One last really cute fun. One of the things we did that was really fun was Ina showed us how to make these Frubelstern. So one night we all did those. We made a big one and a little one. It was kind of tricky at first for me to get, but eventually I did. I don't know if I can recreate them. I think I would have to go back to a YouTube tutorial. She did show us one that we could like follow, but she was also there instructing us. Anyway, I don't know if I've done it justice, but it was an amazing, amazing, amazing weekend. Honestly, for people in Europe, you could go to this thing once a year, once every 2 years, and satisfy all your shopping needs for cross stitch. They had so much stuff. So much stuff. That you would, who cares that we don't have local needle workshops all over the place. We have this festival. It was amazing. Please go. It was awesome. You will not regret it. Stay more than one day. Go with a group of friends. Have a blast. It was amazing. I am so thankful I got to go. And like I said, stay tuned. I will post several photos from our weekend so you can get a tiny taste of all that is on offer there, waiting to mesmerize you with its beauty. All right, that's it for now. I will talk to you again soon. I have another wrap-up video I'm going to be making about another little stitchy weekend we had that I got to attend, and then a regular Flosstube update too. Don't make any videos for a few super long time, and then whoo, I'm just all up in your business. All right, talk to you later, guys. Happy stitching. Bye.